Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Blake. I'm the creator of Sci-Fly-Discs and 3D printed PDGA approved throwing putter sPUTTnik. Started selling these in April of this year, 2025, and up until now I hadn't put out flight numbers. To tell you the truth, I just didn't want to be wrong, but I didn't know how to be right. So flight numbers are super subjective. I think we pretty much all know at this point, unless you don't play disc golf, but any disc golfer knows that they're not exactly always right. And sometimes, just in different plastic or just different runs fly totally different than other runs or other plastics, and vice versa. You get the idea. But I wanted to get it as close as I could. And so for the past few months, I've been doing nothing but getting out in the fields and throwing and throwing and throwing and throwing and throwing and throwing and throwing, and comparing it against any other putter I could get my hands on, any other throwing putter that I could from all various manufacturers. I tried a lot of them and compared this in the flight path that it took along with those other discs. And then I went and I got a tech disc put on one, which was awesome, and it's been a lot of fun. And I'm pretty sure I'm the first 3D printed disc to get a tech disc put on it, which is super cool. So I took that out into a field and I was throwing and 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 looking at it in the sim versus like my camera recording and seeing how the flight of the disc was in comparison to what the sim had said. And then the numbers you can adjust in the tech disc sim to set it, and it'll make a different flight path in the sim depending on the numbers that you put in, the flight numbers that you put in, right? So comparing that with the video of me throwing them all the time to see if I could get any sort of consistency there. And then taking it out to courses and having folks throw them, reaching out to anyone that has purchased one this far and asking what they thought the flight numbers might be, and comparing all that data as well. So putting it all together. And with all that combined, the truth is that they're kind of ish, right? Like, we can get close, but everybody's got a different opinion. I've heard 3 different speeds consistently. I've heard so many different glides. 0 on the turn has been pretty consistent, somewhere around there. I've heard a couple negative ones, and I've heard people say that they're beefy, and then people tell me that they wish they were more beefy. It's crazy how different it is depending on who you are and how you throw it and the conditions of the day and maybe even where you're at, and maybe slight differences in the plastics that I make them out of, because I do quite a few different colors and plastics, but I wanted to get as close as I could, so I did. But then, this is Sci-Fly-Discs. I want to keep it weird. I want to keep doing things completely different and trying, like these, for instance, these Vesta discs. That's, if you don't know, is crushed up meteorite inside of the disc. So this disc is from outer space, right? And I want to keep pushing like weird boundaries like that, just making them weird. I don't know. So with that, the official flight numbers for the sPUTTnik are 2.25, 3.14, negative 0.25, 1.0 ish, right? Nobody is doing complete decimals like that, and I just wanted to make it weird. And it's probably pretty close, it's pretty close. It's pretty close to what they actually are. So, yeah, those are the flight numbers for the sPUTTnik. It was a hard thing to come up with, but I wanted it to be fun. I wanted it to be different. Hope y'all like it. Hope you don't disagree with me too much. And I got this cool stamp to show them off on. This is the first official stamp with flight numbers on it. And I'm going to get these up on the website and available for purchase. So got a few of them here. Going to put them up today. Yeah. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. As always, appreciate you. Check out Sci-Fly-Discs.com and get out there and throw some discs today. It's a good day for it. So hopefully, whenever you're watching this, maybe it's rainy. I don't know. Maybe that's why you're watching it. But yeah. Anyhow, see you later. Bye. So hey guys, real quick, if you don't know, if you were just watching this whole video and you're like, Blake, what the heck are flight numbers? So those are the numbers that should tell you sort of like how the disc flies. The first number is speed. That's how fast you should be throwing it in order for the other numbers to line up. And that's kind of weird too, right? Like arm speed, it's all relative to just disc golf. It doesn't, you know, I don't know if there's a complete consistency yet, exactly like miles per hour, for instance, that should be. Second is your glide. So that's how far the disc should glide during its flight path, kind of. Third is turn. So that's how much it's going to turn to the right if you're throwing right hand backhand, or to the left if you're throwing right hand forehand, vice versa if you're lefty, right? And then lastly is your fade. So that's like at the end of the flight, how much the disc will turn back over into its natural direction because of the spin on the disc, and that's how it creates that flight path through. There's a ton of other videos about that on YouTube, so I'm not going to go into a ton of detail, and that's why I didn't in this video, but just wanted to do a quick brief on that in case like you got to the end here and you were like, I have no idea what he was even talking about, because I don't play disc golf. But you should play disc golf. Get out and give it a try if you watched this and it answered at least sort of what the heck I'm talking about. So, all right, anyway, yeah, later.